This is Daily Mathematics, and today we are going to be considering something very important in mathematics, a very important topic in mathematics, which is number system, binary number system. And today we are going to be considering how to convert base 2 to base 10 and vice versa, or converting base 2 to base 10 and vice versa. First of all, what is the binary number system? The binary is a numeric system that uses only two digits, which can be 0 and 1. Only two digits which can be 0 and 1. That's all what you can see in binary. So we're going to be converting this in base 2 to a number in base 10. Your numbers in base 10 are just like your normal figures: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. So for us to convert this to base 10 and for us to convert base 10 to base 2, we're going to be looking at it in some few steps. So first of all, if you are seeing me for the first time on this channel, we teach mathematics, and thank you for, if you have been following us before, thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you have been giving us. Thank you for everything you have been doing. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's go into the topic. So if we are to solve something like this, just imagine this question, for example, 10101 in base 2. How do we convert this to a number in base 10? As I said earlier, your number in base 10 are just like your ordinary numbers, while your numbers in base 2 are the numbers that consist of only 0 and 1. You can't see another thing, only 0 and 1. So let's go on. So how do we change a number in base 2 to base 10? So the first thing you're going to do is to multiply each digit of that number by the base, and it goes for everything. Any base converting to base 10, you first of all multiply each digit number by the base. What do I mean by that? You take this one, for example, 1 times the base 2 plus 0 times the base 2 plus the next one, 1 times the base 0 times the base, and the last number 1 times the base. That is the first thing you do. The next thing, the second step to do is to number it from the last part. What do I mean? You start from 0, number it from the last part down to the beginning. What do I mean? If you take a look at this number here, if we are to number it from 0 from the last part, this is the last digit of the number. If we are to number it from 0, this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the next step, and this number that we put on top, we're going to fill in this place. What do I mean by that? So here we have 4. We put our 4 here, 3, 3 here, 2, 2 here, 1 here, the last one 0 here, and that's the second step. So the next step is kind of simple. We just work it out the way it is. So here you have 1 times 2 raised to the power of 4 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power of 3 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 0. So how do we go? So 2 raised to the power of 4 is just 2 times 2 in 4 places, and 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 in 4 places gives us 16, plus 0 times 2 in 3 places gives us 8, plus, this is plus, 2 in 2 places, that's 1 times 4, gives us 4, 0 times 2 in 1 place, that's 2, plus 1 times, now 2 raised to the power of 0. Actually, according to the laws of binary, according to the laws of indices and so on and so forth, that's another topic on its own, it is 1. So 2 raised to the power, or any number raised to the power of 0, 1000 raised to the power of 0, any number raised to the power of 0 gives us 1. So this becomes 1 automatically. So we work this out. 1 times 16 gives us 16 here, plus 0 times 8 gives us 0, plus 1 times 4 gives us 4, plus 0 times 2 gives us 0, plus 1 times 1 gives us 1. So what are we going to do is just to add everything together. So this gives us 16 plus 4, 16 plus 0, 16, 16 plus 4, 20, 20 plus 0, 20, 20 plus 1, 20. 20 plus 1, 21. So that gives us 21 raised to the power of 10. So our base we put it like this: 21 in base 10. That's all these things. Or you can put your answer 21 in base 10. You can write it in words or in figures or in words. That is for converting base 2 to base 10. Please, any question you have, don't forget to put it in the comment below. Thank you very much. So without going, before going, we have to convert base 10 to base 2. Converting base 10 to base 2. So how do we convert it? And we, if you recall, I said base 2 consists of only numbers 0 and 1. That's the number base 2 can have. It can't have any other number like 2, 3, 4 at all. It can't. So only 0 and 1, because whatever base you are dealing with, all the numbers must be less. What do I mean? If you are dealing with base 2, all the numbers must be less than 2. Must be less than 2. Any number you are dealing with must be less than 2. If you are dealing with base 3, all the numbers you are dealing with must be less than 3, and so on and so forth. So now, how do we convert base 10 back to base 2? If you are converting base 10 back to base 2 or any other base, because we may still consider other bases maybe in our next class, if you are converting base 10 to base 2 or any other base, you are simply dividing. You are simply dividing by the base. By the base. Here we did something. When we are converting base 2 to base 10, we multiplied. If you can see here, we are multiplying each digit by the base. And that's what we did here. 1 times 2, 0 times 2, 1 times 2, 0 times 2, and so on and so forth. But for converting base 10 back to base 2, all what we are doing is dividing by the base. And what do I mean by that? It's not just like our normal dividing. We're going to be dividing and we're going to be putting down the remainder and so on and so forth. So we take this question, 45 in base 10 to base 2. How do we convert it to base 2? So like I said, you divide by the base, meaning divide by 2. Just like if you want to do LCM or something. You divide by 2. So if we are to divide by 2, 2 in 4 gives us 2, and 2 in 5 gives us 2. But it remains 1. So we are going to put the remainder 1, because we are going to deal with our remainder. We're not dealing with all these numbers here, really. It's our remainder that will be our answer. So the next one, divide by 2 again until we finish it. 2 into 1, 2 into 1. There was no remainder, so we say remainder 0, because 0 means nothing actually. So we divide by 2 again. 2 in 11 gives us 5. Remainder 1. It remains 1, so we put our 1. 2 in 5 gives us 2. Remainder 1. 2 in 2 gives us 1. Remainder 0, because it did not remain anything. Now 2 in 1. 2 in 1. What do we have here? The number here is less than the base we are using to divide. We are using to cut it. This number 1 is less than this number 2. So what do we do if we have any situation like this? When we have a situation like this, 2 in 1, according to the binary system, it will give us 0, remainder the number we have here. That is, if the number here is less than the number here. If you get what I mean. So how do we know we have concluded our division? Is when we have 0 at the end. When we have 0 at the end, it means we've concluded our division process. So what this means that we are done with it, because we have 0 at the end, just like SCM when you have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, every part of the number. So as we are done right this, I told you our answer is the remainder. But how do we get our answer? We are not going to just write 1, 0, 1, 1, and so on and so forth. But we are going to take it from down to up, just like we are climbing a staircase. We are going from down to up. So we are going to take our answers like this: 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. That's how we're going to take our answer: 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and then 0, 1, 0, 1 in base 2. Because I said base 2, you don't have any numbers less, you don't have any number up to 2. All your numbers are less than 2. Base 2 consists of numbers 0 and 1 only. So this brings us to the end of this lesson, converting base 2 to base 10 and base 10 back to base 2. Please, if you have any question, feel free to put it in the comment section. And don't forget, next week Friday we are coming back again with another interesting topic. Make sure you tune in to watch, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it to people who you think might need this, and I'll see you in our next class. Thank you very much. God bless you for your time.